Right, what's up guys? So today's video is gonna be about training related stuff. We're gonna talk about diet because we both are different body types. I'm Ectomorph and Kamil is Endomorph. We're gonna explain you a differences between a diet for each of these body types. We would like to start with a breakfast. Me as an Ectomorph, for my regular breakfast is pretty much same every day. I always eat just eggs, some bacon, broccoli, cheese on the top, and I do this all in butter, and that's pretty much it. What about you?
Well, me pretty much for the past, I don't know, 5 years I've been eating oats and eggs, or oats and protein, or just some bread and peanut butter and protein powder. There's always some protein and some quality carbs in there. There's a lot of it, so I eat usually like 2 to 3 servings of oats and about like 40 grams of protein.
Yeah, so there is already one big difference, that pretty much my breakfast doesn't have any carbs except the broccoli, which is not really a big deal, but I can see that he's exactly aiming for these carbs, that he's eating the oats. I don't, so that's probably the biggest difference in our diet. I think that's enough for a breakfast part. You can see the big difference. What about snack?
Well, I usually snack during the day. It's either like protein bars, or it's sandwiches, or there's always carbs, protein, and some fat. It's always pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
For me, it doesn't really matter when I eat the food and what I eat. Like it can be like breakfast for dinner, and it can be lunch for breakfast. I don't really care. It just doesn't matter. As long as I get my nutrition in and my veggies in, that's all that matters.
Well, I don't eat snacks at all usually. I mean, maybe I have some banana or something, but I usually don't, because it's around the time where I train, and I always like to train when I'm hungry. So I'm more like, kind of starving. I really wanted more, and after once the training is done, I just eat my food and everything's good. So I don't do snacks usually. Lunch is for me pretty much the same every time, and it's most likely just meat and veggies. Steamed, sometimes it's cooked, sometimes it's raw, but it's pretty much just meat and veggies. If the lunch is after training, it also has some carbs, most likely from potatoes. And if the training is like really heavy, or later on during the day I have a training which requires endurance, I also eat more rice, because rice is more carbs. What about you?
Yeah, well, for lunch I usually have chicken or steak, and then a lot of sweet potato or pasta. It can be whatever it is.
Yeah,
just carbs, fats, and protein.
So eat pasta too, and
yeah.
Okay.
I can eat whatever I want, basically.
Yeah, okay. Well, I eat pasta, but only like rice pasta and stuff like that, but not even like that often. I think it's like once a month. I'd rather to have just the rice or potatoes or something like that. After the lunch, I again don't really have snack. Sometimes I have the protein powder, but it's nothing on daily basis, It's very unusual if I have snacks. So what do you?
I snack throughout the day,
like crazy.
I eat at least five meals a day.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, I eat at least 5 meals a day.
So you can see another difference.
If I'm in off season, I just want to gain muscle. I eat whatever,
Yeah.
But I just want to pack in the calories. But when I'm getting ready for the show, or when I'm trying to get lean, then I'll just eat clean. I'll just eat, like whole grain bread. I'll eat whole grain pasta. I'll eat oats, rice, sweet potato, and
whole foods, pretty much.
Yeah, just whole foods.
Yeah, so you can see that a big difference is already, that I eat usually only 3, sometimes 4 meals a day, but that's already too much. So 3 meals are enough for me, because my body is not building that much mass. I don't need that much, so if I get all the nutrients, if I get all the proteins what I need, at least the minimum, I'm fine, like I can usually feel if I don't eat enough or if I eat too much, And after that, that's for me, a dinner is usually just a soup, or I have a fish. I don't really eat carbs with that, because at evening the body doesn't like carbs too much. But yeah, so it's any kind of like fish. I like salmon, cod, or tuna steak. So these 3 are my favorite. Or soup, any kinds of soup. I sometimes do like lentil soup, bean soup, or mushroom soup, or something like that. Alright, so what about you?
Well, so for me, for dinner, I can eat whatever I want. For me, I can eat carbs. I don't care. It doesn't matter when I eat carbs, because it always stores as glycogen. It just waits there for the morning where I hit the gym, and then I have a lot of power in the gym. For me, I just have the same thing as I would eat for lunch or for breakfast. It doesn't really matter. Whatever I feel like eating for the dinner, I'll eat. Potatoes, rice, pasta, or bread with some quality proteins.
Yeah, so I can already see like huge difference here, because like your diet is filled up with carbs, mine is not at all. And plus, you are eating like a lot of food, and I'm trying to eat as less food I can. Like in my case, less food I eat, more power I feel I have. Like I don't know, like, but less carbs I eat, I feel like that stronger I actually am, and more kind of hungry into the training I am. I don't really like to eat a lot of carbs at all, you know. If I feel like I'm a little bit out of energy, I put a little bit of more fat that can fill me and also give me enough energy. So I mean, you can see that there is definitely a difference between eating like an ectomorph and eating like an endomorph.
And then I have a second dinner, and it's usually some quality fats before I go to bed. If I still have fats left, you know, if I track my macronutrients and calories, I just finish up with some peanut butter or just
donut.
Yeah, some guacamole, or that happens occasionally.
Yeah,
and throughout the day I kind of eat some fats, you know, like olive oil and...
Alright, Amy, so what about you? You're like amazing ectomorph. No, I'm sorry, amazing mesomorph. So maybe you could tell us, like, in a short version, how does a regular mesomorph eat? You know?
Well, I just try and keep all my meals balanced, kind of like Kamil, with protein, fats, and carbs. And depending on my goals, I adjust my macronutrients based on whether I want to gain weight or lose weight. But I always try and keep a good balance of my macronutrients and calories.
Yeah, we pretty much eat the same thing. We just eat
less.
different amounts.
Yeah, a different amount.
So,
yeah.
Or I eat more often, so we would eat the same amount, but I would eat twice as often.
Or you finish head plate.
We eat, and an hour later, he's like, "Are you hungry?" No, I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. Can I eat? So there's definitely a difference.
How many? Do you know how many macronutrients do you eat per day?
No, I don't count it. The same way how I don't count my steps, in the same way I don't count my calories.
So for me, I'm 212 pounds now, and I eat about 3,400 calories now, and I try to hit at least 200 grams of protein and around like 80 or 100 grams of fat, and the rest is carbs.
For me, the protein value would be, I don't know, probably like 200-300, maybe something like that.
The protein?
Yeah, from something like, because I eat a lot of meat during the day. I mean, even if I have just the 3 meals, I have 5 eggs in the morning, I have half pound of meat, or even sometimes close to pound, some fish at evening, you know, and I have a protein powder during the day. But I don't have too much carbs. I have like pretty much 0 carbs. I have just the potatoes, and potatoes have 20 grams per 100 grams or something, and the rest is fat, you know. The main difference between me and you, that we switch the values between the carbs and fat. Yeah, you know.
I know. You're like getting energy more from fats.
From fat.
And I eat fats just so I keep my body healthy and get the hormones and get the vitamins in. And so that's the main difference. And Amy, I guess, has the most balanced diet, you know.
Ever.
He's probably overeating fats, I'm overeating carbs, and Amy's right in the middle.
Yeah, that's why she's right in the middle. Alright, that's it for this video. If you like it, share it with your friends, give that a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. See you guys.